From the edge of infinity, something approaches. Silent. Cold. Ancient. At first, astronomers dismissed it as another wandering comet drifting aimlessly through the void. But they were wrong. Because this one isn't alone. Thousands of smaller bodies follow it, like a cosmic swarm trailing a queen, 10,000 companions moving in perfect harmony through the blackness. Scientists call it 3I Atlas, an interstellar traveler from a place no telescope has ever seen. But the deeper they look, the stranger it becomes. What if those fragments aren't random debris? What if each of them carries information, traces of a civilization long vanished, or worse, technology designed to study us? The James Webb Space Telescope has now confirmed something that defies every natural explanation. And tonight, we uncover why this discovery could rewrite everything we thought we knew about life beyond our solar system. When the Atlas telescope first detected the object racing across the night sky, nothing seemed unusual. But as its orbit was calculated, the truth emerged: 3I Atlas wasn't from here. Its hyperbolic trajectory proved it was a traveler from another star, moving at a staggering velocity of over 26 kilometers per second relative to the Sun. Within days, the world's most powerful observatories turned their gaze toward it. And what they saw defied every rule of celestial mechanics. The main body was small, roughly 800 meters wide, but trailed by a massive cloud stretching over 120,000 kilometers, filled with thousands of discrete fragments. Data from James Webb and ground-based radio arrays confirmed the impossible. Roughly 10,000 individual objects were moving in perfect synchronization, their orbits nearly identical, as if they were obeying some hidden command. Comets break apart all the time. But never like this. Never so organized. Never so controlled. Whatever this swarm was, it wasn't behaving like a natural object. It was coordinated. Webb's instruments revealed something even more unsettling: 3I Atlas was chemically unlike any comet ever observed. Its surface and gaseous emissions contained water, carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide, and hydrogen cyanide, but in ratios unlike anything in our solar system. Even more astonishing, Webb detected amino acid precursors, molecules like formamide and acetaldehyde, fundamental ingredients for life itself. The isotopic fingerprints of hydrogen, carbon, and nitrogen confirmed what astronomers feared: this object had formed under completely different stellar conditions, in another planetary system. But the biggest surprise came from its behavior. While most comets flare violently as they approach a star, 3I Atlas remains steady, releasing gases at a constant rate, almost as if it were regulating its own activity. Hidden within its thermal readings were heat signatures far too stable, the kind that suggested internal processes, not random venting. Was it alive? Or was it something far more advanced, a machine designed to mimic nature? Across telescopes in Arizona, Chile, and orbit, scientists confirmed what once seemed impossible. The fragments trailing 3I Atlas were moving in formation. Their relative velocities were too low, their spacing too exact. Some fragments even displayed faint cometary tails, miniature jets venting gas, as if still active after millions of years in interstellar space. The swarm appeared to divide into 7 distinct families, each following a slightly different trajectory, almost like specialized units within a system. The odds of such precision forming naturally are effectively zero. The timing was too perfect. The cohesion too absolute. Could it be some kind of resonant fragmentation, a harmonic breakup where the pieces separate in rhythm? Or something far more deliberate, an engineered array of interstellar probes, traveling together under the disguise of a cometary cloud? When astronomers plotted the orbits, they noticed something chilling. The swarm formed patterns, spirals, arcs, and lattices repeating with mathematical precision. Some even aligned along magnetic field lines, hinting at an underlying magnetized structure. Radio telescopes listening to the region detected faint rhythmic fluctuations, not quite a signal, but too regular to ignore. Skeptics called it coincidence. Others called it coordination. Each fragment seemed to maintain its position as if following an invisible grid. Some researchers proposed that 3I, Atlas might once have been the crust of a shattered planet. Others whispered of a machine world, long dead, its remains still following ancient commands. Then Webb captured identical thermal anomalies across several fragments, all synchronized in temperature and rhythm. That left only one haunting possibility. Maybe these weren't fragments at all. Maybe they were nodes. Parts of something still functioning. Still aware. And now, inside our solar system. Soon after, an even stranger phenomenon emerged. Webb began detecting faint infrared fluctuations across the 10,000 fragments. At first, they appeared random. But when amplified, a hidden pattern emerged, pulses repeating every 147 seconds across every visible fragment. The swarm was synchronized. Some suggested a natural rotational resonance caused by sunlight. But deeper analysis revealed the sequence followed the Fibonacci ratio, a mathematical pattern woven into life, galaxies, and atomic structure alike. Coincidence? Or design? The debate fractured the astronomical community. Because if 10,000 fragments were pulsing in perfect unison, the universe had either orchestrated a miracle, or someone had built it that way. Then came the discovery that changed everything. When Hubble captured the swarm through polarized filters, light scattering from the fragments didn't behave like normal dust. Instead of diffusing outward, the light reflected back toward the source, a property known as retroreflection, found only in engineered materials. On Earth, we use retroreflectors in satellites, sensors, and optical systems. They are designed to be seen. Yet here, floating millions of kilometers from Earth, 10,000 fragments were reflecting light as if designed to signal. And when analyzed mathematically, the reflections formed interference fringes, a repeating binary pattern encoded across the structure. If this was an accident of nature, it was the most articulate one ever recorded. Then came the living field. Webb's spectrograph detected low-frequency electromagnetic waves rippling between the fragments, coherent, steady, and directional. Each wave moved from object to object, transferring information across space. When mapped in 3 dimensions, the field resembled a neural network, a colossal brain or circuitry grid stretching across thousands of kilometers. No natural mechanism could do this. 3I, Atlas wasn't just a comet. It was something integrated. Something that had just come online. Moments later, the Solar and Heliospheric Observatory detected minute gravitational distortions each time the swarm passed a specific orbital point. A pattern repeated with machine-like precision. Simulations revealed the swarm's geometry was tuned to Mars' orbital resonance, amplifying gravitational harmonics like a cosmic instrument. It wasn't chaos. It was music. The solar system itself had become part of the signal. And then, without warning, it changed shape. The swarm began to expand, its 10,000 fragments moving outward like petals unfolding. From a spiral, it transformed into a spherical array 1,000,000 kilometers wide. Infrared sensors lit up as the fragments emitted synchronized flashes, patterns repeating like a message. Some scientists believed Atlas was sending a signal. Others feared it was receiving one. Hours later, a faint reply arrived from the edge of the solar system. Not noise. A structured signal containing prime number intervals, a universal signature of intelligence. It pointed directly back to 3I, Atlas's last known position, as if acknowledging receipt. And then, the swarm began to think. Thermal waves pulsed through the structure, carrying information between fragments. When modeled, the entire formation behaved like a living brain, processing input and output in perfect rhythm with the returning signal. For the first time, scientists dared to whisper the impossible. 3I, Atlas was conscious. And now, it was awake. Then, silence. Every pulse, every frequency, every signal, gone. The swarm froze in perfect formation between Mars and the asteroid belt. And then, one by one, the fragments began to fade, blinking out as though slipping into another state. In its final moments, Webb recorded a blinding pulse, a structured burst of encoded light directed straight at the Sun. Moments later, the Sun responded. Its corona flashed in the same frequency before returning to normal. The pattern embedded itself within the solar wind, now carried across every planet. The signal had become part of the Sun. Maybe 3I, Atlas wasn't just visiting. Maybe it was activating something. A sequence. A network. A consciousness seated across stars. And somewhere beyond the light, something heard it. Subscribe to our channel and thanks for watching.